Good. 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 So today this car is in for a wiper change, a tire rotation, and a 32-point inspection and an oil change. So we're going to go through, we're going to lube the doors, we're going to check all the interior lights, exterior lights, the horns, the wipers. We would have to check, but we're going to replace them anyway. We'll check your cabin air filter. If that's dirty, we'll replace it if you want us to. We're going to check your engine air filter. We're going to check all your fluids. We'll check your belts, your hoses. If there's anything like a rusty clamp, we'll replace that. Then we'll go up. We're going to check your tires for tread. If they need to be rotated, we'll recommend a rotation. If you want us to, we can do that. We'll look at your brakes with the wheels on. If we see something that we need to look further, we'll recommend a brake inspection. So we'll take the wheels off, we'll take apart the brakes fully, and we will check the pads, we'll check the calipers, and we'll check everything's free and good. If they are bad, we will do a cut and lube, or we'll replace the pads and rotors. Then we'll go fully under the vehicle, and we'll check for rust. And then we do underbody rust proofing. If it is needed, we'll recommend that. We'll check hoses, fuel lines, make sure there's no leaks. And then obviously we're going to do the oil change. So we'll drain the oil out, take the filter, and we'll put it back down to the correct level. So part of our checklist when we pull it in, we'll do 2 honks. We're testing the horn there, and we're also testing the lights. So we check for all marker lights for the other mechanic. We test blinkers on the mirrors, blinkers here, fog lights, headlights, high beams, and then all around the back we're going to check your blinkers, your reverse lights, your plate lights, your brake lights. You don't want any tickets, and you got to pass New York State inspection, and all of those things are required for New York State inspection. So we check that. Now it's quick, efficient, and everyone else, we help out. It's a team effort kind of building thing. So we're checking for a bad wheel bearing. When I test drove it, I didn't hear anything, but let's just make sure. So I'll hold right here, spin, and this feels really smooth. If there's a bad wheel bearing, I feel vibration there, and we want to replace that. So if you see here, these slides are very dry. So I'm going to recommend a brake lube. So we take all the brakes apart. We're keeping all the same components, but we're going to take them apart, re-grease them, and make sure everything's working well. So the brakes will last quite a bit longer because we're taking care of them for the whole duration of the brake's life. So right here we're inspecting the brake lines, fuel lines, and any hoses and boots underneath the vehicle to make sure they're not leaking or torn. So these hoses are all good. And then we'll go further back. It can be hard with these covers, but there are little access panels like right here. There's a spot where most Subarus will lose their brake lines. This is a new car, so they're pretty okay, but this would be a spot that could get bad. As you can see, they've been lubed by the last oil change, and we'll redo that so they don't go bad as quickly, because it can be a pretty hard job to do. So now we're checking drivetrain components. So we're going to check the rear diff, front transfer case, and everything like that to make sure there's no leaks and make sure everything's tight, no broken axles. This feels good, everything looks good. All these boots are great, nothing's torn, they all look new, they're nice and rubbery. In here, same thing, this U-joint looks great. We're gonna check the underbody. So right here we have some frame, some pretty normal rust in the subframe, and the unibody has a little bit of rust forming right here. So we're gonna recommend that they do some underbody rust proofing. The vehicle's still new, it's better to prevent it than stop it. You can never really stop it, but you can prevent it from starting to begin with. So I'll take pictures of this for all the customer, and they get to decide, but we're gonna recommend, we'll take all these down, we'll wash them out, and then we'll spray it all with the black paraffin wax, and then fog the inside of the frame here with fluid film, or we use a Castle product too. It's more of a liquid, and it clings to everything inside here to stop it from rotting from the inside out. So this is our parts room. We stock a lot of cabin air filters, engine air filters, and oil filters. So I'll look on my phone quick. what filter we're putting in that Subaru. 85334. 85334. So we got our filter. We'll go put it in the car.
So you want to explain what you're doing?
So I broke the top of this can. I'm trying to put a new thing on. It won't come out. So we're going to be doing a tire rotation. So we're going to take all the tires off. We're going to clean them. Then we're going to anti-seize them. And then the front tires go straight back. And then the rear tires come up and they cross. And so if we keep doing that, if we do 3 rotations, no tire will ever be in the same spot. So we're marking our tires before we rotate them, so when we take them off the vehicle next time, we know where they were rotated to, so they make sure they don't go back in the same spot. So it's real quick. Now anything we've touched, we're going to wipe down quick so we don't get grease on customers' cars. So we got right here, I went in here for the cabin air. I touched the hood. And then steering wheel, shifter, lights and everything like that will get wiped down too.